Hi, this is Bruce Music, and I'm coming to you from my home in the Caribbean. And today what I'm going to be doing is teaching you a 4-step process called the Miracle Method, which is one of the most powerful methods I know of for using visualization to speed up your results with the law of attraction and begin manifesting the big things, not just empty parking spaces. So before I teach you this 4-step process, I want to share with you a little story of how the Miracle Method actually has worked for me in my life. I was leading a seminar not so long ago in Africa and needed to get some publicity on a particular radio station. And my agent and I had been trying to get onto this radio station for weeks, and all we were met with was closed doors. And so we sat down one morning and decided to use the Miracle Method to manifest getting onto this particular radio station. Well, right in the middle of doing the process, my computer kind of went bing as my Skype chat went off. And I ignored it. We finished the process, and then after the Miracle Method I went off to my computer to see what the chat was all about. And it turns out that while we were doing this actual process, a friend of mine had Skyped me and said, "Hey Bruce, I know a particular DJ on a particular radio station, and I'm wondering if you'd like me to put you in touch with her so you can get some free publicity." Well, it turns out that the DJ she put us in touch with was the exact DJ we were manifesting getting in touch with that morning doing the Miracle Method while we were actually doing the process. So this particular technique can get instantaneous results sometimes, and I'm going to teach it to you for free today. I normally charge a lot of money for it in my high-end Law of Attraction seminars, but as a thank you gift for signing up for my Law of Attraction newsletter, I'm more than happy to share it with you today. So follow me into my house and I'm going to teach it to you right now. Let's go. So here we go. Step 1 of the Miracle Method is called holding and throwing the bucket. Okay, now I know that might sound a little bit weird, and let me explain it to you. Have you ever had the experience of when you sat down to visualize, there's just so much chatter going on with your internal dialogue in your head that you just can't focus? Well, it's usually because you've woken up or you've gone through your day and something's happened and the voice in your head just won't quieten down. So this step of holding the bucket and throwing the bucket is designed to help quieten the voice in your head so you can actually program your unconscious mind. Now, I don't have a bucket, but I'm going to use a Tupperware here to metaphorically demonstrate what you're supposed to do. So the idea here is that you want to throw up, right? Throw up all the rubbish that's in your head. And we're not actually going to throw up, we're just going to speak it out loud. Now, ideally, this would be done with a partner. In fact, this entire process of the Miracle Method is far more effective when done with a partner. But if you haven't got a partner, like sometimes I often don't have, I use my trusty journal and I write down all the answers to these questions. So what you're going to do is you're going to choose an A and a B partner. And one of you will decide to go first. Let's say I decide to go first and my partner is going to hold the bucket. My imaginary partner over here on the pillow holding the bucket, right? So what I'm going to do is just speak out all the stuff that's going on in my head, all the thoughts that I'm thinking. I'm not going to go into any drama. I'm not going to go into any story. I'm just going to say what's there. So I might say, you know, I woke up this morning feeling a little bit ill. I'm a bit concerned that I didn't get enough sleep last night and I have to make this Miracle Method video and it's not going to come out the way that I wanted to. I got stuck in a traffic jam on the way to work this morning and I got a little bit frustrated. I haven't spoken to my girlfriend yet this morning and that's at the back of my mind. The idea is you just kind of speak it all into the bucket while your partner's holding the bucket for you. You're just getting it all out of your head, outside of yourself, so it no longer is running around inside your head. Once you're done, what you're going to do is you and your partner are going to take the bucket. Sometimes my partner will actually hold the bucket with me and we're going to metaphorically throw it out. And this is what we do. We go 1, 2, 3, and we throw it out the window. Now make sure nobody's standing below the balcony so they don't get any of your mess on them. Then you switch and you hold the bucket, right? And now your partner is going to say to you all the things that are on his or her mind that are preventing him or her from being present. And your job is just to sit back and listen and receive it. And you can just nod your head as they say all the things that are on their mind. And if they start getting into story and getting into the drama and telling you a whole story that's going to take an hour, just kind of indicate for them to speed up and they'll kind of get it. So that's step 1. By the end of step 1, you should have both thrown your buckets and you should be feeling a whole lot clearer. If you're doing this on your own, write it down in your journal. Just write down all the stuff that's on your mind and you'll be amazed what just 30 seconds of writing down the noise in your head can do to clear your mind. Then, now that your mind is clear, the next job is to open your heart, right? And so step 2 is the gratitude process. So here what you're going to be doing is you're going to be writing down all the things you're grateful for if you're on your own, or if you're with a partner, you're going to take turns and you're going to say to your partner, share with them all the things you're grateful for in your life. Give it like a minute or so each and then switch. And really focus on the big things. Like you might say, I'm really grateful that I have a partner in my life that loves me. I'm really grateful that I have an income that allows me to live in the Caribbean. I'm really grateful that I get to teach tens of thousands of people every week with my videos and make a difference in the world. I'm really grateful that my parents are in good health. I'm really grateful, blah, blah, blah. And you just keep on going until you really get this experience of gratitude. How you'll know you're there and you're grateful is you'll feel it in your body as a full body experience. Suddenly your shoulders will drop and you'll be like, oh, I'm so grateful to be alive. That's the point both of you want to get to before you move on to stage 3. Or step 3. Once you've gotten there, you switch, and your partner, who no longer has a bucket, will do the same thing, and they will share with you what they're grateful for, and your job is just to sit and listen and nod. You're not going to comment, you're not going to say anything, you're just going to receive what it is they have to share with you. At the end of this step, both of you will be feeling grateful. Your minds will have been opened and cleared out in step 1. Your hearts will be opened and present to gratitude in step 2. Now the third step is what I call charging your intention. And in this step, we're going to program your mind and charge the quantum field of the universe with what it is you want to have happen today. So you need to decide, what would you like to manifest today? What would one of the things be that you'd like to have happen today? I don't recommend you go for more than 2 things, right? Because otherwise it's just going to take too long and too convoluted. And what will happen is you probably find that, if you go for 10 things, only 3 of them will manifest, and then you'll start to think the process doesn't work, when the other 7 probably manifest 3 weeks later when you forgot you ever did this process. Just take 2, okay? 2 tops, 1's even better. And decide, like, perhaps it's going to be, today I'm going to manifest $1,000 unexpected income. Now, both of you are going to work together, and you're going to create what you want to have happen that day, and then you're going to turn it into what I call a vivid vision. A vivid vision. This is very important. It's critical because your mind works in the language of the 5 senses. That is sight, sound, taste, smell, and touch or feeling. So what you want to do is you want to ask yourself this question. If I manifested $1,000 unexpected income today, what would I be seeing, hearing, tasting, smelling, touching, and feeling, right? What would that experience be? So maybe I would be feeling like I'm jumping up and down for joy. I'd be like, yeah! Maybe I'd be shouting, woohoo! Maybe I'd be looking at my bank account and seeing online on my computer and seeing $1,000 deposited in there. Maybe I would be tasting the coffee that I'm drinking at the time, and maybe I would be smelling my lover's perfume, right? You put that into a little mini scene and you imagine yourself in that moment jumping up and down and going, woohoo, looking at your bank statement, drinking a sip of coffee and smelling your lover's perfume. And really get into the feeling, the emotional feeling of what it feels like, how excited you are to have that happen, right? So you plan that. Your partner plans that too. Now here's the critical part of step 3. Once you've planned that vivid vision, right? You've firstly got clear on what you want, both of you. Then you've both turned it into something that you can see, hear, taste, smell, and touch and feel. Now you're going to speak it out aloud to each other. This is critical. Do not miss this part of step 3. So you're both going to close your eyes and you're going to describe this scene to your partner. This is a very powerful effect on the quantum field and the mind. I'm not going to go into the science behind this yet. So you close your eyes and you say to your partner, I'm imagining myself looking at my bank statement online, and I log into my computer screen. You might even want to act it out. I find that's really powerful. And I can see an extra $1,000, and I go, woohoo! I'm so excited. And I take a sip of coffee, and I give my partner a high five, and as I do, I can smell the perfume, and I'm really, really, really excited. And just sit with that and let your partner visualize that with you. Now, at the same time, your partner is going to be visualizing the same image you're describing out loud to them. Then you switch, and you get your partner to describe their image to you. And your job at this point is then to close your eyes and visualize and imagine what they're saying to you and get the same level of excitement they're getting for them, right? That's when step 3 is done. Now, if you're doing this part on your own, here's a critical step. Get yourself a dictaphone. Something special happens to the way the brain responds when you speak out aloud and the brain knows that you're being observed. Now, as far as the brain's concerned, being observed might just be being recorded. Put a dictaphone next to you. You might have one built into your cell phone. You could go and buy a cheap one online or just an old tape recorder lying around and record yourself speaking out loud that vision in the five senses as if you were speaking it to a partner. So your dictaphone becomes the partner that you're speaking to. You don't need to listen to it back, just as long as your mind knows it's actually being recorded somewhere. Okay, that's what you do if you're doing it on your own. By the way, if you're doing step 2 on your own, you just write it down. So that's the first 3 steps. Remember, step 1 was clear your mind with holding the bucket and throwing it. Step 2 was open your heart with the gratitude process. Step 3 is to charge your intention by 1, getting clear on what you want to have happen that day, 2, turning it into a vision that includes the 5 senses, and 3, speaking out loud to a partner, or if you're on your own, to a tape recorder or a dictaphone. Now the final step I call releasing to the universe. Now, I don't know if you've ever noticed, the things that you want to manifest the most often don't tend to come about in your life. But the things you don't really care about, you can seem to manifest easily. Well, there's been some actual research by a professor called Dr. William Broad into how this works. And he's discovered that the best way to impact the quantum field, the subatomic particles that make up reality, that we're trying to impact with our mind when we're visualizing, is to do what he calls gentle wishing. That is to say, not getting too attached to what you want, just gently wishing for the thing that you want and then letting it go. So this 4th step, releasing it to the universe, is designed to have you let go your intention. So you're not wandering around all day wondering if it's going to actually come true, kind of clinging onto it for dear life and desperation. We all know what it's like to have a girlfriend or a boyfriend who's needy and who's desperate for our love. It's repulsive. In the same way, if you're needy and desperate to have your goal manifest, it's repulsive to the universe. Just don't do it. So this process is designed to make sure, step 4, that you don't do that. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to close your eyes and you're going to imagine in your heart area the 2 images, the one from your partner and the one that you created yourself in step 3. If you're on your own, just obviously your own one. And you're going to imagine that sitting in your heart area like a little golden spark. And I want you to imagine that golden spark getting bigger and bigger, filling up your heart area and then moving throughout your whole body, down your arms, down your legs, up out the top of your head, shooting out the palms of your hand, light shooting out the bottom of your feet. Just imagine your whole body vibrating and energized by this picture with the 5 senses. And then in a moment, what you're going to do, once you can feel your whole body being filled up with this, you're just going to imagine it like smoke evaporating or steam evaporating off your body. You're just going to imagine that light evaporating off out into the universe, and you're going to say something like, "So be it, it is done." Okay? So you just imagine your vision as a spark in your heart, filling up your whole body, getting bigger and bigger, brighter and brighter, shooting out the palms of your hands, out the bottom of your feet, out the top of your head. I know it's woo-woo, but bear with me here, this works. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to say some words in your mind to yourself. "So be it, I let it go." Whichever words you would choose to have. I just use "so be it, it is done." But those words aren't magical in any way, so don't get too attached to them. And then you go about your day. Now the trick is, don't think about it anymore, right? Just let go and get along with your day. Sometimes you'll find it manifests immediately. Sometimes it manifests 2 days later. Sometimes you may not notice it manifesting at all. The trick here is to start to look for evidence that it is working in your life. And then you begin to build belief, and it starts to work more and more and more. Now, if you use this technique just for 5 minutes every day, within 2 weeks you'll notice a profound difference in your life. Not only will you be more positive and more happy, you're certainly going to have had some miracles and some synchronous opportunities show up in your life. And when they do, you need to grab them by the horns with both hands and take some freaking action, right? Nothing happens with the law of attraction unless you take action. Even the word attraction has the word action contained inside it. And as I love to say to my students, the law of attraction is not designed to bring you what you want. It's designed to bring you opportunities to act to get what you want. So remember to take action. So there you have it. That's the miracle method. It's simple, it's quick, and it works. If you want to find out some more techniques for really manifesting the life of your dreams and getting those big things in life, not just the empty parking spaces, make sure you read the letter down below, because I'm going to teach you some stuff that you wouldn't have seen in the movie The Secret about how the law of attraction works and how to make it work for you even faster. This is Bruce Music signing off, wishing you an absolutely miraculous day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.